For today's delicious recipe of chicken Haleem, here I've taken half kg of washed boneless and skinless chicken. To that I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of red chilli powder. Along with that I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of mint leaves, and lastly 1/4 cup of coriander leaves. I'm now going to mix all of these ingredients, and to the very same marination, here I'm also going to add half cup of curd or yogurt. Along with that, here I've also added half teaspoon of lime juice. I'm now going to mix all of these ingredients and leave this for marination for 1 hour. While the chicken marinates, I'm going to take a pan and add enough oil to it so that I can deep fry the onions and the cashew nuts. Once the oil is hot enough, I'm first going to add the sliced onions to it. After adding the sliced onions, I'm going to fry this until the onions turn to brownish color and are also crispy. It's been 4 minutes now. I'm now going to transfer these fried onions to a plate and keep it aside. After transferring the fried onions to the very same oil, I'm going to add 15 cashew nuts and fry it until the time the cashew nuts turn to a golden color. After that, I'm going to take another pan and add 1/4 cup of Toor dal. Along with that, I'm also going to add 1/4 cup of Masoor dal, 1/4 cup of chana dal, 1/4 cup of moong dal, and lastly 1/4 cup of Urad dal. I'm now going to dry roast all of these ingredients for a period of 3 minutes on low flame. After 3 minutes, I'm now going to grind all these ingredients and make it into fine powder. I'm then going to take a pan and add 250 grams of washed broken wheat or dalia to it. Along with that, I'm also going to add the powder of all the dals which I just ground earlier. After adding the ground dal, you can then add 4 cups of water to it. After adding the water, you can then mix this really well with the broken wheat and also the dal. After mixing it well, you can now cook this on low-medium flame while ensuring to mix it from time to time so that it does not get burnt from the bottom. Simultaneously, you can then take another pan and add 3 tablespoons of oil to it. Now after adding the oil, you can add 2 black cardamoms, 4 green cardamoms, 12 black peppercorns, and 1 medium-sized sliced onion. After adding all these ingredients, you can now fry the onions for a period of 5 to 6 minutes on medium flame or until the time the onions become nice and soft. After 5 minutes, once the onions become soft, you can then add half tablespoon of ginger garlic paste to the onions and fry it with the onions for a period of 2 minutes on low flame. After 2 minutes, you can then add the marinated pieces of the chicken to it. After doing so, you can then mix the chicken really well with the onions and the rest of the spices. After mixing the chicken really well with the onions and the rest of the spices, you can then fry it and cook it until the time the chicken becomes really nice and tender so that you can mash it into finer pieces. It's been 10 minutes now. I'm now going to mash the piece of the chicken. As you can see here, I've mashed the piece of the chicken into finer pieces so that I can add this and mix this with the broken wheat. You can then add the shredded piece of the chicken to the broken wheat which has been cooking simultaneously, and also add 1/4 cup of mint leaves, the fried onions from earlier, 1 tablespoon of garam masala powder. You can now mix all of this really well with the broken wheat and the dal. It is absolutely important for you to mix this really well to prevent any lumps since the broken wheat has been cooking from earlier. It's been 4 minutes, and as you can see here, all the ingredients mixed really well with the broken wheat. You can now mix all of this and cook this for a period of 30 minutes on low flame. Here, you can also check for the spice and the salt and add the garam masala and the salt if needed. After 30 minutes, you can now switch off the flame and your dish is ready to be served with some ghee.